Yo, what's going on, gamers? Your boy mav-er-ik here, back for another daily dose. And we don't have the reach imav@gmail text up. Boom! If you want to write your boy an email, get a question on the show, reach imav@gmail.com. Make sure you're very specific with your title on what your issue is. If you don't want your name said at the top of the email, make sure you say that in caps. Like, bruh, please don't say my name. Maybe it's a personal issue. But gotta thank you guys. Eyes might look a little bit red. Number one, your boy's getting sick. Number two, it's late. Clocking in a late day, trying to make sure work's done because tomorrow well, actually, as you guys are seeing this, so today is my middle child's second birthday. So I have a 3-year-old, now a 2-year-old, and about to be 9-month-old. So yeah, man. So my daughter A.Well, I'll probably have some pictures on Instagram, at least one. I'm not really into like the real mushy type stuff, but I'll probably have a picture of her on her special day. Her birthday, her party is until the weekend, but we'll be hanging out with her a little bit today. Let me start the timer. So I want to thank you guys for the feedback on the last video. The way more answers. Like, we went from like 60 comments on the previous episode to like 260. So I appreciate the increased feedback, and I really would appreciate it if you guys can make this commitment. As many people as possible. I know it's YouTube and everyone won't, but if I can get as many of you guys, because I'm gonna commit, like I said, I'm staying up late to do this, bring you these every day for a year. I'm gonna try my best. So on the flip side, you guys commit to just supporting the series, man, liking the video and leaving a comment every video, liking a comment, feedback, you know what I mean? Even if it's just answering the question of the day or it's feedback on something talked about. All right, so I just want to see how many of y'all can match my commitment with that commitment, because it would mean a lot to me, because that's really what this series is about. All right, so let's dive right on into these questions. Again, I might sound a little bit funny, I'm getting sick. Ronaldo said, what is your wife's real name? Her real name is Jasmine with a Z. Good question. My bad, I didn't go through these ones, so I just got to make sure they're not crazy. Carson asked, hey iMav, do you have any tips on how to stay positive on some bad times and how to keep going? I also love your videos and you inspire me. Thank you for reading. Keep up the great videos, Carson. Sent from my iPhone. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate the kind words you had in there. And yeah, I do, man. I got two different approaches that I think should go together, which I use to go together. Well, they kind of come together, but this will be good. Really great, I think, worldly wisdom, but even some spiritual wisdom for those that do believe in God. And even those that don't, I think I got some good stuff for you. But it's all generic, right? It's nothing I made up. It's just something I got from a book. Plenty of books that talk about it, and it's really helped me. And so I'll start with the non-spiritual stuff, and that's just having a reason why. And there's a lot of books on that. But it's really important to have a strong reason why, because you need something that's going to pull you in the times where stuff's hard. So no matter what it is, maybe it's a financial issue, maybe it's a health issue, maybe it's an issue with grades, maybe it's some sort of trade and it's really taking you a really long time to get a hang of it. You need a vision and a reason why that pulls you when you don't have the power to push yourself, right? A lot of people are motivated and they'll work hard and they'll push themselves, right? They'll push their goals really hard. But we all have those times where you're just beat down, worn out, and you almost have nothing left. Nothing left. At that point, you need to have that reason why and that clear vision that's so strong that it will actually pull you. Because at that point, you can't push, all right? So, like, okay, man, you got my attention, for those that don't know this. So what do you mean, though? Get more specific. So, right now, or actually, let's back up. For me, growing up, like through high school, right? My reason why what I wanted so bad was to be in the NBA. And I held on to that and I internalized it, and it really meant that much to me, right? Well, and actually, let's go even deeper though. The reason why that I wanted to be in the NBA was I did have a love for basketball, right? But I also wanted to take care of my mother and my whole family, because like I said, I mentioned a little bit, I didn't go into too much detail, but like I mentioned in the last video, is we had a lot of financial struggles. So I just didn't like my mom never buying new clothes, never having any clothes. I was sick of her having to, you know, we'd have to go to Taco Bell and we're scraping up change so me and my little brother can get a, you know, some 60-cent tacos or however much they were. But my mom couldn't eat, right? Because she didn't have the money. Literally, we're scraping cents. And so she'd watch us eat tacos and she would go to bed and didn't eat. Like, that stuff hurts. Like, that hurts. I couldn't stand that. There's a time I never forget is we were driving a car, and what kind of car was it though? Ooh, I'm bad with cars. That's one thing y'all should know. I'm horrible with cars, makes, models. Like, I just don't know cars. Even as a man, like, that's something I probably should work on, but I'm blessed. Well, I haven't always been blessed, but I'm blessed now that if the car is messed up, I just take it to someone that can fix it. But I know nothing about cars, so they could be lying to me and overcharging me. I'm just not that dude, and I probably should work on that one day. But so yeah, we're driving right in the pouring rain, and our car was broke. It had squeaky brakes, bad brakes, and the window, my mom's window, wouldn't roll up because it was broke, and it was pouring rain, so she was just getting rained on. I'm in the back seat, and we used to have to keep towels in there because like the seats would get wet because the window couldn't go down. And a truck came by. I could tell my mom was already a little bit angry. She had a bad day at work or something. She picked me up from school, and one of like a semi type truck came by, and you know, like when there's puddles, how the water will shoot from the sides and like shoot out. She drove by, went all on my mom's window, and you could tell she just looked so defeated and so embarrassed and just so everything. And we've been in so many situations, just paying for stuff, literally been paying for groceries, and card gets declined. You know, a lot of embarrassing situations, and I really hated that growing up. It really bothered me. And so my reason why was trying to get my mom get my mom to a point where she never had to worry about that stuff again. So it was such a strong reason why for me. I just explained to you all the emotion that was behind it, right? It pulled on my heart. So when I was, you know, let's say it was a Friday night and all my boys was like, oh, we about to go to a party. And I mean, I've always been programmed somewhat different, but I've always still been human, right? I'd be like, dang, it's about to be big booties over there. I never drank, never smoked, never even really been tempted to do that. But I've always liked big booties, right? In high school, I was like, oh, dang, there's a big butt. There's going to be a lot of big butts over there. But that reason why I was like, nah, you got this dream and you need to go through that, right? When I was running sprints, maybe with the whole team, we'd be in our summer workouts. We're running sprints. Everyone else is falling down. They're giving up. They're walking. I felt like quitting too, right? But I had this reason why, and I knew that that's no easy goal, to take care of my mom and make sure she never has another day like that. I know that there's another dude in Albuquerque, there's another dude in New York, another dude in Cali that want the same thing for their mama, and I literally could be giving up on my mama right now if I stopped running, right? I would just have them images running through my head, those images running through my head. I'm in class, and you know, I mean, I'm not getting some certain math problem or something, or some certain concept, some formula. I'm frustrated. I don't feel like staying up to do homework and study whatever it is. That reason why pulled me, okay? So I can translate that to now. You know, I have my kids, I have you guys, I have my vision, right? So let's go to my cursing days. When I was cursing, that was one of the hardest things I ever had to do, because I remember cursing as early as like 2nd or 3rd grade. You guys got a taste of my mom, right? Awesome woman. One of the one of the toughest women. My wife's pretty dope too, but one of the strongest women I've ever met in my life, right? But she cursed. She'll curse. She still curse, right? And it was so because of that, I started cursing at a really young age, and so it was ingrained in me. Like, it wasn't something I did to be cool. Maybe initially when I was younger, but it was just what I did. Like the F word, B word, the N word, especially, those didn't bother me. Those held zero weight to me. Like, it didn't make me uncomfortable. I didn't do it around, like, I didn't do it in church. I didn't do it around certain people. I knew when to turn it off, but it just wasn't bad to me. If someone was like, dang, why do you curse so much? One, I didn't even realize I was cursing that much, and then two, it just never bothered me. So when I was trying to quit, I had to have a reason that was strong enough to pull me, because it's so easy to slip, so easy to fall, so easy to just give up on it. And my reason why was you guys and these youngsters. And, you know, the youngster that watches my video, and he's like, man, you know, I watch your videos on full blast around my mama. She thinks you're weird because you scream at the game, but, you know what I mean, it's clean, and I can do that. Or I've had people be like, yo, I watched your Outlast series with my mama, and she was cracking up. Or some older guys, it's like, yo, my son, I watched your videos with my son and he loves it. So I like that I was able to do that, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to not have the cursing turn people off when I was like at the end of the video, God first, God bless, right? There was a big disconnect with that. And so I had that vision of being where I'm at now, reaching more people, being a little bit more family friendly, right? Reaching the youngsters. And that reason why pulled me when I was angry and I wanted to cuss someone out, I still snapped on them, but I didn't cuss because I was working on it, right? And you know, just different things. So I hope I answered that. And that would be my, and I'm already at 10 minutes. Gosh dang. Yeah, so a strong reason why. I probably went into more detail than I needed to, but whatever it is, a strong reason why. And kind of piggybacking off of that, something else that helps me through tough times is my faith in God. And actually, there's some things that I don't know how I would have got through without, because, yeah, I just don't know. And, you know, and like I said, there's people that disagree, some people that don't believe in God, Jesus, all that stuff. Personally, I couldn't operate my life without it. I'm like, man, y'all are dope. That's good for y'all, but I couldn't imagine. And so just my faith in God's got me through a lot of stuff. And I would say even more so than the reason why, in the deepest, darkest times, scariest times of my life, if I didn't have that hope and God's promises to hold on to that he gives me in the Bible, I would have been lost. So that's my answer to that question. That was a little two-part answer. A little bit long, but I feel like I gave you guys some good stuff, and you got some background information on me. So I think that was worth the rant there, or the ramble. Good question, Carson. Hope that helped you, brother. Alright, remember I gotta go through these, make sure they ain't stupid. What up, iMav? Great work thus far. Keep the videos coming. My friends and I live in Albuquerque and are subscribed to you. Duke City, stand up. We just wanted to know which high school you went to and how your high school experience was. Again, great work and much love, bro. Hashtag G1GB. This is from Andrew. Thank you. Now, I didn't go to high school out here. I went to high school in Arizona. All right, went to a school called Willow Canyon. Now, how was my high school experience? I would say it was cool. You know what I mean? I had a pretty serious, well, of course in high school you think they're all serious, but for then it was serious girlfriend from like mid-sophomore year to the end of, till like just before the end of the first semester in senior year. I played basketball. I had a little show. I'm not gonna tell you the name of the show, but I had a little comedy skit type show that used to come on the announcements my senior year. It used to come on the morning announcements every Friday. That was pretty dope. Everyone liked that. So I've been in front of cameras for a while. I like being in front of cameras, but yeah, it was cool. You know what I mean? Average, coolest person in school to ever exist. You know what I mean? Nothing too serious. But nah, yeah, I don't know what details you might be fishing for, but You know what I mean? Played basketball. Played my freshman year on the freshman team, sophomore year on the JV team, junior varsity. Played senior year started. Mainly only played my junior year because I was good on defense. So a lot of people ask for advice for trying out on teams. I say defense. Even if you lack in other areas, defense can always get you on the team because there's not a lot of people that have that effort and will put it all on the line on defense. But yeah, I mean, I had friends, a lot of friends. Had my core group of folks. I hung out with a lot of different people. Like I had my aces, right? But I was one of the guys that was like at lunch, I'd be all around. Like I'd go talk to the people that were like, I just got to know. So I never, and I still like to do that. If you'll notice, like I just like to get to know people, man. So I had friends from classes that were the emo kids that after school they just have their baggy pants and they just be sitting down waiting for the parents to pick them up. I'd be like, yo, David, was good, and we rapped for a little bit. I had the you know, of course, all the jocks, the big booty hoes, and then I had the drama people. I was real likable, I would say. And so yeah, sometimes I feel like I don't be answering these questions good enough if I don't ramble for a good 10 minutes. Hope that answer was good enough, Andrew. Sergio, hey Mav, I'm 16 in AZ. I have a friend whose sister liked me, and I liked her at the time, but I didn't do nothing because me and her brother are good friends, but I really think she's something else, and I want to get her back. What do I do? Sergio, I don't claim to be a relationship expert. I think I've had a very successful marriage for 4 years. Take that for, you know, what it is. You know, some people might not respect 4 years as much. I say it's something. But so I don't. This isn't my expertise, I would say. Oh, the title of the email is love. First things I would say, you always want to be upfront, man. Always be real. So first off, talk to your boy. Make sure he's cool. Could be like, bruh, are you cool with me dating your sister? Like, I'm gonna be holding her hand, walking down the halls. You know what I mean? Are you cool with that? And if he's cool with it, then I would just be upfront, man. And one thing that I think a lot of people struggle with is a lot of dudes, and they don't even realize that they're actually hurting themselves, is their lack of confidence, right? They always second guess themselves. They're scared to approach females. And then when in actuality, that's what they like the most, right? Is that confidence. Now, I think for another reason too, it would be good for you to just approach her too, because you got to get over the fear of rejection. There's actually a good book for people, especially anyone that's getting into business. I read this when I first got into network marketing, and it might be a little bit network marketing tailored, but there's still some nuggets in it. It's called Overcoming Objection Will Make You Rich, something like that. And so you got to be able to, you know, talk to females, especially because if you want it, it's the same thing, you know what I mean? Whether you got a cold call or just try to make new acquaintance, networking in business, it's like the same with females. If you're scared to talk to females, there's a good chance you'll be scared to do that stuff. And you just want to have that boldness. So I would just go up to her and be like, look, what are we doing right now? Like, I know you want this. You alright too, so what's really the deal? Obviously put that in your own words, but I would just be very upfront, man. And I think that's where any of my success came from, just from being upfront. Be like, yo, so what's the deal? Yeah or nah? Nah, alright, forget you then. Yeah, well that's cool too. So, and again, I'm no love expert, but I would just say keep it super upfront and face your fears. Like if you're scared to do it, that should be what pushes you to do it even more. And you might be surprised. And then let's say you get completely shot down, you're gonna be like, that sucks for a little bit. Then you're gonna wake up the next day, watch one of my videos and be like, man, it ain't even that bad. I don't even need her. So that would be my suggestions. If anyone's got some better tips, leave them in the comments. So Chatty, I think that's how you say your name. What up, iMav? Hope you're having a blessed time, my man. I am. I appreciate you. Just wanted to ask, can you do an NBA 2K pack opening with wifey also? That would be cool, man. Just like Madden, you guys could do wagers. Just wanted to ask. Keep making them amazing videos. Hashtag G1GB. Good question. I don't know. We'll see. We'll think about it. I just really don't want to overdo the wifey aspect. So that's why I never brought her into like the 2K just yet. But we'll see. I mean, anything's possible. We'll definitely consider it. And yeah, man. Definitely not opposed to including more wifey on the channel though. So I appreciate that. Good question. Let's try and do like one more, maybe two. Hey Mav, you're a great YouTuber, and I would let me read. Okay, we're good. Shane asked, hey Mav, you're a great YouTuber, and I would go to your older videos and be like, what the heck is he cursing so much for? How do you feel you grew as a YouTuber and as a Christian? So as far as like the growth in like the cursing and just growing as a better YouTuber, it came from fearlessness. Well, not fearlessness, because there's a lot of times fear was present. I was just able to push through it. So I wasn't afraid to be myself. I wasn't afraid to try new things, and I was staying consistent. You do those things, you're gonna evolve and you're gonna grow, right? So I think there's a lot of things as far as commentary and different things like that. That just came from putting out a crap ton of videos. I think I have close to like 3,000 videos on YouTube. You get better, you know what I mean? Look at my old videos, my commentary was very, almost shy. But I'm not really a shy person. It just, some people struggle. And I've seen people come a long way. I've seen a lot of my friends come a long way. Other people that do YouTube. So just consistency is how I grew as a YouTuber. As far as a Christian, and some of the changes you guys see in me on YouTube, like stopping cursing, that just came from the same consistency just in the word of God, you know what I mean? And I still got a long way to go, man. You know what I mean, on a scale from 1 to 10 as far as like being biblically sound and just on point with everything, on a scale from 1 to 10, I'm gonna say I'm like a 2. Really, I just think where I'm different than some Christians is I'm unashamed. And I'll talk about it, you know what I mean? And which is kind of good and kind of bad, because when you're talking and you got an audience, you want to make sure you're on point. But so almost like my on pointness is kind of catching up to my on fireness. So I'm just constantly trying to make sure I'm in the word, reading books, and trying to grow, man. I think I got a lot of growing to do. I'm by no means perfect. Still got sin I'm trying to clean up in my life. I'm just trying to be like Jesus, man. Just trying one day at a time. One day at a time. So I think that's what's been the growth that you guys might have seen. It's just being consistent. You know what I mean? I'm not perfect. The cursing didn't happen overnight. And you know what I mean? I would fall. I would make it a couple months. I would fall, and just had to keep owning. So I'm very consistent, man, and even when I don't see results and things off the bat, I'll still be consistent, and I'll be consistent and keep trying. And I think that has a lot to do with my success on YouTube and in other areas of life. Great question. Hope I answered it well enough. Let's do one more, man. Last one. Hey Mav, how are you and your family doing? Did I say who read that last one? It was Shane. This is from Daniel. Hey Mav, how are you and your family doing? We're doing blessed, man. Thank you for asking. I wanted to know, who is your favorite person in the Bible other than Jesus and God? Ooh, good question. I have told all my friends at my church about you, and they love your videos. Thank you, man. Alright, let's try and answer this quick. I would say, ooh, you asked a good question. I would say it would have to be Moses or Noah, and here's why. Of course, like I've always, like a lot of people, even people that don't really know the Bible, they know who Moses is, they know who Noah, they know about the ark, right? They know about Moses and the Red Sea. Stories I've always heard. But you know, a year ago or so, when I really, you know, went through the Old Testament and was reading these different stories for myself, right, and really getting the details, I really connected with those two, which, you know, two of the bigger stories, right, of the Old Testament. But still, here's why. I really liked Moses because he was leading a large group of people. But even at the start of it, and even throughout it, right, was just very, he didn't think he was equipped to do it. It was like, God, I can't do this. Like, what do you mean you want me to lead? You know what I mean? What do you mean you want me to lead your people? Like, I can't do that. Like, I'm gonna fail. Like, I stutter. Like, bro, what am I going? Like, he was just really self-conscious, but God had a calling on his life. Like, yo, this is what you're gonna do, but he couldn't see it, and he just had to drop all of his insecurities, all of his fears, and trust God in the area that he never saw himself being successful in. And he let God do the work and make something out of nothing. And really similar with me, because I never thought I'd be in YouTube. I never thought there was there was no area for me in YouTube, right? Let alone not preaching, but you know what I mean, sharing Jesus with folks on the low key, trying to glorify God. Like, I'm unashamed, but I'm not, like, I'm unashamed of the gospel, but I'm not. I never thought I'd be leading people like that, right? And have that many people following me. And then so as my channel started to grow and I started really being held accountable, I was scared out of my mind. Terrified out of my mind. And there's still that, I wouldn't say fear, but there's still that necessityism in me that just motivates me to be on point and be better, which is why I stopped cursing. You know what I mean? So, but I was scared. Before I stopped cursing, I was being convicted for it for about a good 6 months. I was just scared to go out and do it. I was like, I don't want to be a legit, you know what I mean? First of all, just leading people in general, especially a lot of youngsters that are going to hang on to the things that I say. And then you say you're a Christian, then people's eyes are really on you, right? And they just want to pick you apart for everything. And people got a lot of mean things to say about me. And it's worse because I say that I'm a Christian. So you could look at the mail that I get, or the messages that I get. It's a lot of mean stuff, a lot of hateful stuff. And it's like painting a target on my back, or on my face, my back, everywhere. And so I just didn't think that. I was like, God, I don't know. But he just kept growing the channel, giving me more and more influence. And despite my insecurities and my fears and my worries about it, I think we've been doing a good job. Not a perfect job, a very sloppy job. I'm very rough around the edges at times, but the job is still getting done and God's still using me. I mean, shoot, Moses wasn't perfect, right? And so I really connected to that story. So he's probably maybe my favorite, but a close second might be Noah too, because he had another vision from God, and or a word from God, and no one else around him believed it. Everyone thought he was crazy. And I feel that's me a lot of times. I have these, I'm such a big thinker, right? I'm gonna tell my boy Mr. Golden Sports for a little bit. And I'm that friend that always pushes you to make your dreams happen. And he was telling me he had a job at Wall, and this is the stuff this is stuff he's already told, so I'm not telling his business, but I'm just resharing it. But you know, he was like he had his job at Walgreens, and he wanted so bad to go full-time in YouTube. And I was like, okay, cool, so how long do you see it before it happens? And he's like, oh, you know, a few years. He said something stupid. And I'm like, you done lost your dang mind. Bruh, you, with your work ethic, you do this, and I can see you, man, I'll give you 6 months, a year at the most. And he was like, yeah, you're such this, you think too big. You know what I mean? He was like, yeah, whatever. And I don't remember exactly how long it was, but it was well before he said it was going to be. And, you know, I pushed him. I was like, yo, just step out on it, man. Like, do it. It sounds crazy. Quit your job. Go. I was like, there was enough. He had enough things in place that it wasn't completely stupid. It was a calculated risk, right? It was a big risk, though. And he listened to me. Thank God it worked. But he was like, all right, man. Well, it wasn't just trusting me, obviously, but he trusted in himself. he let me push him pretty far, and he did it. And look where he's at now, right? Living his dreams. And so even for myself, like, I have these ideas and these big things, and a lot of people don't believe in them. A lot of people think I'm crazy, think I'm stupid, but with God's help, I completely believe they gon' blow up, and they will happen. And so even for me, like walking on at UNM was a big thing. That was like my arc. No one believed me. At my high school, they was like, bro, like you're good and all, like you're all region, but you're not that dope. Like that's a D1 school. I think it was a year after. So the next year, they were like top 8 in the nation. Like it was a legit school, and folks were like, bruh, you're not gon' no. Like you're good, but you're not that. There's levels to this. But I just believed in it, right? I didn't even have I had no scholarship. Well, I had 0 D1 scholarship offers after my senior year. I had D2, D3, stuff like that. And so this crazy idea, I was like, you know what? I'm still going to go back home to New Mexico, and I'm going to ball out. I'm going to work my butt off. I was working twice a day, or sometimes 3 times a day. I'd wake up, lift, take a break, or take a nap, go ball at noon, take a nap again, wake up, go to the gym a little bit earlier, run sprints, and then hoop again at night. So like 2 to 3 times a day I was working out and hooping. And I made the team, and everyone was like, oh, I wasn't even the best player on my high school team. And no one else from that team went D1 for basketball. And so everyone was just like, what the fluff? How did this guy get that much better and make it onto that team? And they didn't take any other walk-ons besides. They took one more, but I joined late. So I joined like right as the season was starting. They had one other walk-on, which was a local kid that they just didn't have a scholarship spot to fit him on, so they brought him on, but he was with the team. Like I joined like a couple weeks before the first game, so I missed all the summer workouts, and they don't take walk-ons at that point. They didn't have no tryouts for walk-ons. My brother was just hounding them. We were sending the tapes, we were bugging them, and basically to shut me up, they were like, all right, come to a practice and ball out. And I balled out, and I made it on the team. So like that was the arc that no one believed, and I was always talking about it. I was putting it on my Facebook like I'm gonna make it. I was going to like open gyms at the college, where not for the actual team, but just where all the ballers from UNM would go, and everyone there was like, yeah, we're gonna walk on. I'm talking hundreds of cats that came from all over the nation, right? Just, oh, I'm gonna walk on. And I was the same dude, like, yeah, I'm gonna walk on. And I remember my first time running out the tunnel, seeing those dudes in like the student section just looking at me like, that ninja done walked on, what the fluff. And so yeah, I would say Noah and Moses. Really good question, and it inspired a little bit of a rant, and I took this episode longer than I wanted to, but that's the trend here, man. Appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. Follow your boy Instagram, Twitter. Reach imav@gmail.com. You want to get your question in. Appreciate y'all rocking with your boy. I'm out. Till next time. God first. God bless.